What's up, guys? It's Coach Grant with First Down Training, and today we're going to be breaking down 3 key tips to improve your route running. So we're going to be talking about stuff that'll help you get separation at the top of the route, get separation versus a press DB, and then we're going to be talking about the IQ side of things of this overall position. So 3 key tips to improve your route running. I hope this video gives you guys some value, guys. But also, fellas, if you guys want to improve your speed off the line of scrimmage, you guys want to improve your explosiveness at the top of the route, check out that very first link in the description for our wide receiver gym bundle. It's 2 months of workouts for all the specific things wide receivers need to do to get stronger, to get faster, and to improve their on-field performance. It's not just about getting bigger and stronger. It's about on-field performance and the exercises that are going to make you stronger on the field. So check out that very first link in the description. The first full month is all the workouts you need to do. It's a great workout split. Then the second month is a more advanced split that you guys will see results faster. So I hope we can get you guys on that soon. Again, very first link in the description. Let's get started. So we talk a lot about this snap down, right? We talk a lot about that trigger step that Diggs does right here, but what about the steps after that? And that's the main thing that I want to focus on right now. So yes, we obviously want to push vertical, right? Zone coverage. The whole goal is to move this guy off that block, make him think I'm just trying to run right by him, then snap this thing off. You guys have all heard that before from me. If you guys have been following this channel, if you're new to this channel, highly recommend you check out some of the older videos where we discuss this because it's one of the most foundational things for route running. But what's the more kind of nitty gritty, what's the details of this, right? So when I snap, obviously it's about getting low, but the steps after your snap can't just be choppy steps, right? You can't just snap down right here and then these steps following, you're on your toes, you chop down. It's no different than beating the drum, right? So you see guys like a guy who is getting better at this for sure, but you saw when he first entered the league, Metcalf, right? He'll snap down, but those steps after it'll be super choppy. And then everybody critiques that hey, well, he's taking those choppy steps. He spends too much time at the top of the break. He's not a good route runner. And it's gradually improved over these last couple of years, 100%. But you look at guys like Adams, Diggs, you look at how they get out of breaks, those steps after the snap are powerful. They're sudden steps, right? They're trying to create energy. You see how they're not heavy steps, but they're energy creation steps, and they're powerful steps. They're not choppy because that's how you decelerate, right? Because if you could get your hips into a low explosive position and this is what will help you decelerate, that hip drop. But after that, you can't just neglect the steps. You can't just think, I'm just going to chop through. I'm just going to drift upfield. We cannot do that. We got to snap in those second that 2, 3, 4, 5th step, however many you take. Those have got to be powerful steps because you're trying to create energy, but you're also trying in this case, because it's like a stop route, to just decelerate yourself. And those powerful steps is what will help you decelerate, which will help you put the brakes on, but also it will help you create energy. Let's say you're running a curl route, and let's say Diggs is coming off on a curl route right here, and he snaps. That second step's supposed to pivot, then that third step's supposed to come back around, so it's snap, pivot, hook. So when we do that pivot and then we do that hook, those 2 steps are powerful. If you're not powerful with those steps, how do you expect to get out of this break without a drift? How do you expect to create any energy? And how do you expect to race back to the ball if those steps are super choppy, you're on your toes, you're leaning forward? Now, I'm not saying to be on your heels. You want to strike the ground about where Diggs is striking the ground right here, middle of your foot. That's the energy creation part of your step, and that's where we want to be anytime we make a cut. You don't want to be on your toes because when guys make a cut and they're too far on their toes, and I know that sounds weird because everybody's always been taught, you want to stay on your toes, stay on the balls of your feet. I'm not saying you don't want to have your weight there, but I'm saying that you don't want to be on the heel and you don't want to be on the tippy toes, because if Diggs tries to run full speed and then snap down on his tippy toes here, he's going to fall forward. If Diggs tries to go heel first, he could probably hurt himself, but B, he's going to have that energy going backwards. He's going to be leaning back. You want to be on that middle part of your foot. That's the explosive part of that foot, and that's how you create energy with those steps. Watch the thing again, full speed. So the first tip for route running, fellas, is have powerful steps after you drop into the break. So the steps after your snap, whatever kind of steps they are, whether you're running a dig, comeback, curl, stop route, they got to be powerful. They got to create energy, and they got to create explosion. So let's watch the thing full speed one more time. Great job coming off, snapping this thing off, having powerful steps to decelerate, then catching this ball and getting upfield. So now we're going to be looking at this release here from Keenan Allen. So main thing, we're not going to focus too much on the technique of the release. We're going to talk about the timing right here with Herbert, okay? So now, what does he decide to go with? He does this kind of hesitation skip where it's kind of patient, then he's sudden, then he gets up into this route. And we need him to be in this window when? Because look at what Herbert's doing. Watch what the play is. It's a play action kind of RPO situation, right? Maybe it's not RPO, but it's for sure play action, right? I don't necessarily know. I don't have the high eye view, but I would assume that they're reading this guy. He crashes down. We take this window right here. So as a receiver, I can't be in that window too fast because that screws up the timing with my quarterback. quarterback, imagine if Allen just went here and he just took one step with that back foot and then he just ran right to that window. I'd be in the window before that guy would need me to be, so I'd either have to like settle and wait, which gives this guy time to react, or what I would do is I would end up keep like drifting upfield, and then I wouldn't be in the right spot for us to hit this RPO. I got to make sure that I have timing with my quarterback. So you guys got to understand the releases that we're going with. Let's say this is more of like, let's say the running back's on the left side here, and we're doing like a play action boot fake where he sets up. Then maybe you want to give like a slide release, and that's probably not a very realistic play, but it's something long like that, some kind of long play type like that, where you're not just need the ball right away. You would take maybe just a little bit longer. You might slide, give him a little hesitation, then go. In this case, right, it's not super quick. It's not where I could just give one hard step and go, but it's not super long either. It's still an RPO, so I got to give him something quick, get off this thing, swat those hands, and let's expect that ball in the window because that ball's going to be out early. I need to be in the spot the quarterback needs me to be in. So that's the second tip. That's the second key tip for route running today, fellas, that we're talking about is you got to understand the timing with the quarterback. You guys want to be a second quarterback on the field. You guys can't go out there and just be, I'm just going to run the route. I'm just going to do this cool release that I saw on a video. No, you got to go out there. You got to have a plan. You got to understand the timing of the play. You got to understand your responsibility on each play, right? You hear like Bill Belichick talk about it all the time, the Patriots organization, like obviously one of the best organizations in all of sports. They talk about just doing your job, right? So you got to understand what your job is, right? My job is to get separation. My job is to be in the window when the quarterback needs me to be there. And my job is to keep the timing of the play and not get jammed so where we screw up timing. So my job is to do this, exactly what Allen does right here. I'm not too quick with the release. I'm not too long with the release. I'm patient. I get his hands off of me. I get some separation, and I'm expecting that ball right in that window. Herbert will do his job. The line will do their job. The running back will do their job. Just focus on your 1/11th, and that's how we understand that as a receiver. What's your 1/11th? What are the responsibilities that you need to do? Let's watch the thing again, full speed one more time. Great job coming out here, giving this little hesitation, skip, giving that move, and then accelerating back to the inside. Great route here by Allen. So now we're looking at this whip route right here. Main thing I want to talk about, this is the third tip for route running. This is the last tip that we're going to be covering, is just being a salesman, right? So that's the number one thing that a lot of guys don't do. And a lot of guys have the cool breaks, like they have their coaches that put them through obstacle courses where you got like 84 cones out there and 3 ladders and you're doing all these fancy shit. But the thing is that a lot of guys don't understand, like, how am I going to sell? Because a lot of times when they're doing these drills, they don't understand the concept of what's going to get you separation. They got all the footwork. They can move fast. They can do all the stupid drills that you see everybody just highly publicized. But can you actually get out of the route? Can you actually sell a route? And that's what we pride ourselves on, right? So when I go here, you see how when Moore goes to the inside, his shoulders, hips are fully committed to the break. So that's the main key right there. Anytime you're running a whip route, post corner, out and up, whatever it is, I got to tell you, I would rather have you be slower at the break. I would rather have you take like 5 steps, but actually sell with your shoulders and your hips committed to the break, because that's what's going to get this guy to overcommit. A lot of people don't understand the psyche of a DB, right? If I don't care how fast you got out of the break, if you didn't sell the route and you didn't make me believe it, dude, I'm all over that thing because I could get out of a break fast too. A DB, if he's not threatened, if he's not actually committed and he's not actually running, that shit don't matter. You could get out of a break in a half a step, but if I can get out of the break in a half a step as well, you ain't open. You know what I'm saying? So you got to make sure that we sell it because he doesn't know where we're going. And then if we get him committed to our break, and then I know when I'm going to break it off, the time, eliminating time, I'm not saying you can't spend too much time at the top of the break because you can. You don't want to take 10 steps right here. But if he were to drop down and let's say he was able to go, let's say he snaps this thing like he does and see how he takes 4 steps. Those 4 steps are fine because he committed to it. He had speed to it. His speed was there. His body language was there. Hips and shoulders were on the line. That's what makes him shoot by. And then I can just shoot back to this ball. It's a great job here by Moore. Let's watch the thing again, full speed one more time. Give him that little hesitation. Drop this thing off. Then let's accelerate back out. Let's make him pay for giving me that separation. That's a great route. All right, guys, I really want to thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. If you guys have any questions at all, please feel free to leave those in the comments below. I'll get back to you as soon as possible. And again, fellas, you want to get faster, stronger, improve your on-field performance, all the specific exercises that wide receivers need to do, improve their grip strength, route running, ankle stability, knee stability. Check out that very first link in the description, fellas. Hope we get you guys on our 2-month wide receiver gym bundle. I'll see you guys next time.